Yeah, basically, so you're all aware of the importance of corporate branding and basically finding a unified way to present yourself towards customers. And so David here will give you a short introduction to the UI theme designer, and off you go.
Hello and welcome from my side too, and today's presentation about apply your brand with the UI theme designer. My name is David and I'm a developer in the UI theme designer team. And first I will tell you about the features of the UI theme designer in a theoretical way, and then we will dive into a live demonstration and I show you how easy it is to build your own first custom theme. Let's start with a quote from Sir Richard Branson. He said once, "The way a company brands itself is everything. It will ultimately decide whether a business survives." And I think this is a very strong quote and shows how important branding is for each company. And we shouldn't stop at our applications and systems. And with the UI theme designer, it's very easy to apply the brand to your applications. But first, let's define what a theme is. A theme in the SAP context defines the visual appearance of an application. And for that, we use custom colors, background images, change the font size and font type, and many more. And we have to keep in mind that a theme should always suit the purpose or taste of different users. That means before you start theming, you should think about your applications and who is using your applications. And then build the right custom theme for each application and each end user. At SAP, custom themes are always derived from an SAP base theme. And you can see this in the bottom on these two pictures. On the left side, we have a Fiori application with the SAP Morning Horizon theme. And on the right side, we have a custom theme on top of it. And you can clearly see the differences. We have a changed background image, changed colors, and a custom logo. And all these we will do later in the demo too. So let's talk about the key features and benefits of the UI theme designer. A very strong feature is cross-technology theming. That means you don't have to stop with theming UI5 applications. You can also theme ABAP application and SAP GUI for HTML application. And even you can theme the fundamental library. And in the latest releases, you can also theme mobile start applications. The UI theme designer is browser-based, as you can see in the screenshot here. And that means no difficult installation on your system. You just type in the URL and start theming right away. The UI theme designer is shipped with built-in preview pages. Preview pages are pages we designed with controls, for example, UI5 controls, and we put together some demo applications that you can start theming right away. And in these built-in preview pages, you can see the change of all of your changes you made to the theming parameters. You can also load in your own applications, and I will show you this in a minute. And another cool feature is that the theme designer is built for all users and for all different skill levels. So even if you're a beginner with theming and don't know anything about theming parameters, you can launch the theme designers and start clicking and building your own custom theme. So maybe you just change the brand color and upload your own company logo, and you have your first custom theme. And if you're an expert in theming, you can dig very, very deep into a custom theme and change even shadows, border radius, and many, many more. We have a feature called Color Palette. The Color Palette is for reuse, and the Color Palette is an area where you can define variables, because when you start theming, you will get in contact with color codes, and color codes are not easy to remember. And for that, we have a place where you can define your own variables, for example, for your own color codes. And if you're a beginner and don't know anything about theming parameters, we have a feature called Control Picker. You can activate the Control Picker and hover over your preview pages and then select a control. For example, here, select the tile, and then you get a list on the right side with the theming parameters which are used in the tile. Very cool. If you don't know anything, just hover over your preview and start theming right away. I think the benefits are very clear. You can apply your corporate identity, and with that, you will reduce the visual breaks for end users. That means the end users will not recognize if they switch between systems or applications, because they will get one custom theme and the look and feel of the application is every time the same. And for sure, you can save multiple themes for different user groups or different applications, or just for tryout reasons. And how does it work? It's not magic. The technology behind is Less.js. Less.js extends CSS with a dynamic behavior, such as variables, mix-ins, operations, and functions. I bet many of you heard of Less.js or even used it. And the UI theme designer then expose a set of theming parameters, and these theming parameters can be color values, background images, icons, and many more. You will see a lot of them later in the demo. And all changed parameters are then stored in your custom theme. So in the end, the theme generator substitute all references to the CSS. And if we have a look on the picture on the right, starting from the bottom, the flow is we have a sub-base theme. Built on top, there's your custom theme, goes into the theme generator, and the outcome is one library CSS. And this library CSS is applied to your applications and will render the custom theme then. Another view of the flow is pictured here. It shows that we have two types of users. On the one side, we have the end user interacting with your applications. And on the other side, we have the designers, not always by heart designers, but designers of the custom themes. They are interacting with the UI theme designer. And this shows clearly that the end users do not interact with the UI theme designer. They just consume the end product, your custom theme. So the designers start using the UI theme designer, build the custom theme. In the end, it is saved in an object store. And if the end user calls an application, the application load the custom theme out of the object store. It is compiled for your application, and the custom theme is rendered, and the end user sees the custom theme in the application. And I think it's enough theoretical information for now. Why not start a demo? And for that, let's all together go into our setup. Let's face we are a customer and we have a SAP Fiori Launchpad with UI5 applications. And we want to get rid of the boring SAP theme and build our own fancy custom theme. And as you can see in this presentation and on this slide, the UI5con has a very common color theme. And why not build a custom theme on top of that? So for that, jump right into our system. Oh, okay. Log out, goodbye. Oh, demo. I'm not the first today. They should turn it off for such days. Okay. Here we go, close all other tabs, we don't need them at the moment. So this is our Fiori application with some demo applications, but these are not important. We want to get rid of the theme. We have the sub-horizon theme, the morning horizon theme. And when we want to change the theme, we can open the theme manager here and have a list of SAP base themes and the ability to launch the UI theme designer. That's what we are doing right now. Open the UI theme designer in a new tab, and this is the initial start page. And as you can see, no custom theme available at the moment. We create a new one. So here we have a list of SAP base theme we can start with. We will start for sure with the latest sub-horizon and create the theme. And this is how the theme designer is loading initially. We have on the left side an area where we can select preview pages and add preview pages. In the center, we have our selected preview page, which is at the moment similar to a Fiori Launchpad. And on the right side, we have the theming parameters and the ability to change these theming parameters. The parameters are grouped into quick theming for a very easy startup, a detailed theming to dig a little bit deeper, an area for mobile theming, and there's an expert theming, and we have a place for our palette parameters. And if we are really experts, we can add custom CSS too. But we will start with our own preview page because we have a live system here and we want to see all changes directly into our own preview page. For that, just copy the URL, add a new preview page, paste your URL, give it a name. And now we have loaded our own preview page into our theme designer and can start theming right away. Okay, we will start with the company logo because we are not SAP, we are at UI5con. And for that, we can select the company logo, upload a file, prepare that here, upload it, select it, okay, and you will see the change immediately. Okay, very cool, but that's not the end. We will change some colors now, and I don't want to type in the color codes again and again. And because of that, I will add some palette parameters, and the common color at UI5con for sure is orange. And the color code for orange is FF961E, cool orange, and the other color of UI5con, a dark orange. So we call that dark orange, and the color code of dark orange is FF5D17. Very cool, darker orange. And for the background, we use something, it's a dark brown. Dark brown, and the color code of dark brown is 180E0A. And trust me, it's a dark brown and not black. Okay, back to quick theming for a quick startup. And I told you there's a theming parameter called brand color, and we will change it first. And for sure, we will take orange. To use our palette parameter, just type add and then the name of the parameter. Hit enter and see the change immediately in the preview page. Let's go on with the focus color. Focus color, what could it be? Dark orange. Okay, no change at the moment because we don't have any focus on any item. I try to hit the focus and you can see the focus color is dark orange. Do the same for the link color. No change in the preview page because we don't have any links in our preview page at the moment. Okay, let's go on with our header and change the background. And the background is changed to dark brown. Okay, looks similar to our presentation slides. Let's go on with our tiles. We don't have tiles here in the quick theming. We have to switch to detailed theming, scroll a bit down. And here we have an area for tiles and cards. And we can start with the background of the tiles. For sure, we take dark brown. Okay, cool. Border color can be transparent. The title color should be orange. Text color should stay white. And the icon color is orange too. Okay, very cool. Let's face the background. Scroll a bit up. Here we have the shell canvas. And the background color is at the moment a light gray. And let's change it to dark brown. Okay, I think now you can see it's not black, it's dark brown. I hope so, but it still looks very boring. If we go back to our slides, we can see there are some highlights in the UI5con theme. So for that, we can use the background image, and in the background image, you can upload images or you can use CSS gradients. And I prepared a fancy gradient. Have it here, and trust me, it will look very good. But I can't. Oh, okay, it's not working. reset it. Okay. Now a bit magic. The radial gradient is working and we have some highlights in our background. And I can see there is one mistake. The sales order title is not very good for our custom theme, but I don't know the theming parameter of this title. Then I can select the control picker and start hovering over my preview page. Select the whole group. And on the right side, I have a list of theming parameters that I used in my selection. Okay, go through it. And I think it's subtitle color. And I want to change the subtitle color to be white. Looks much better now. And I think preview page looks very good. And we can save it and apply it to our live system. So for that, we can save and publish our theme, give it a cool name, UI5con, call it title 2 is UI5con. Save and publish the theme. The theme is now saved in the object store and there's a test build performed to check if all theming parameters works correctly. And now the theme is activated. Okay, so I'm building again. Okay, saved and published. I can close my editor and can see in my list I have a custom theme now available. Now we can go back to our live system, still boring SAP theme, back to the theme manager and scroll through the list. And there we have it, our UI5con theme. Select it, set it as default, save it, reload the page. And now the custom theme is applied to your live system and all UI5 applications inside your Fiori application. Thank you. And that's the end of the presentation. I hope you will start theming right tomorrow. Build your own custom themes. It's very easy. It's like 10 minutes and your customers will thank you.
Thank you. Do we have to transport the change to the productive system? For example, if I do the theming on the dev system?
You can transport the theme between your systems. If you can, yeah, you have to transport it for sure. It's not applied from dev to live systems. And for that, you can just export your theme here. This will download it into a zip file, and then you go to your live system and do the opposite. You can import a theme, and that's it.
Thank you. Any other questions in the room?
Yeah, thanks. It's very interesting. Can you elaborate a bit more on the custom? A bit more custom. In the beginning of the presentation, you talked about this built-in default theming, and then there's also custom. How does that work?
So we have built-in themes, and these themes are the SAP-based themes. These comes from our designers, and we ship them with our applications, and these come out of the box to your systems. And on top of these themes, you can build your own custom theme. So you don't start from scratch. You always have an SAP-based theme. And I mean, we can select another one, or we can open this one again. And then you come with your own color codes and your own corporate identity, and then you can start theming and changing all these parameters. Yes. Also you will use the variables we define, because these are the variables that are used in the controls at the end, but you can build your own variables on top of that and use them for theming.
Okay, fine. So how many designers are here in the room? Great. Okay, nice. Thanks.
But I hope it's clear that it's not a tool only for designers, because I hope the demo showed you it's easy to step into a custom theme, and you can, with just a few clicks, change the whole appearance of your application. So try it out. You don't have to study design.
Or two questions. First of all, this is a web application.
Yes.
What do I do if I want to have a custom design or create it for my Open UI5 application without access to a theme designer? And second question actually is there also a CLI tool available where I can simply put all these configuration parameters in the config file, run it, and it generates the zip file?
So at the moment, it's only possible if you're an SAP customer. You can access the theme designer only if you buy our products. But we are thinking about maybe a smaller public open source UI theme designer. Let's see how this will go. Good, if there is the need, I will go to my product owner and tell her. And the other one with the CLI, at the moment, we only have our tool here, but if you're good, you can open the downloaded zip file and code into the CSS and less files directly, but there's no CLI support at the moment. But I will take this to my product owner. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else in the room? Oh, yes. Nice.
Do you want to ask it or not? Thank you for the presentation. And we are talking about CSS files, and basically the same CSS files are saved somewhere in the project itself. So basically so Launchpad is nothing more than an app or like a site with CSS around it. And basically I can download it, download the theming and change the CSS, but similarly, it is probably also somewhere in the tree of the project saved in there, the CSS that I can change or adapt to my needs.
So normally you don't download the zip file and put the files into your project. You don't only do the reference to your custom theme, and everything is working in behind. So we have a theming service in back. You call the theming service, and the theming service change the CSS under the hood.
Okay, so there's no like direct connection. There's like indirect connection via.
Yeah, but you could download the files and add them to your project and use the files without the theming service, because it's only CSS.
Yeah, because based on my knowledge, it is not recommended to use custom CSS in projects.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking, like, where is the exact connection between the project and the theming CSS files? Because these are custom CSS files, basically. But thank you, I understood the answer.
Okay. Great.
Thanks. All right. Looks like we covered all the questions. Thanks for your very interesting talk, being on time as well. So round of applause, please.